Hello, everybody. It's live time again. Today we are not waiting on Matthew Geary. That is Wednesdays during the whole week. Not the whole week, Wednesdays every week. Today we are waiting for Copper. Copper and I are going to talk about fun stuff like being moms and drinking beer and what's happening in our world. Hold on. So we are just waiting for Copper. Hopefully she'll get this all set up. I can't see who's here. Somebody is. There's Copper. I think you just have to say yes. Let me try canceling this out and trying again. There you are. You did it.
Hi. I'm an idiot because it's not letting me connect. I'm like, don't give up on me. And I'm like, she can't hear you, idiot.
It's all right. It's like I can feel the mental, like the pull. It's we have a synchronicity. I can't talk. I don't know what that word is. I'm going to just share this over on the Great Beer Adventure page. So just give me one moment. Chatting about who knows what, but probably beer.
I already cracked one open, so.
Well, you are 6 hours ahead of me. I just cracked open a seltzer.
Nice.
I really like seltzer. It's like my, my go-to when I'm not drinking beer.
It's a big thing over, so I'm, in Germany, and it's a big thing over here, like when you're at a restaurant, you ask for water. None of it's tap, by the way.
No.
It's all from a bottle. No, because it all costs you a fortune. Like, it's so much cheaper just to drink alcohol. But it's always like, do you want gas or no gas? So do you want the bubbles or no bubbles? So we've had like our first experiences with seltzer, and no.
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 I don't like the straight seltzer. This is like mango limeade seltzer.
That's classy. That's classy seltzer right there.
Yeah. I feel like I need like another level of seltzer though, because after I get done with the work day, I'm like, oh, I just want like a special treat, but I don't always want that to be beer, which I know is, crazy to think like, oh, why don't you want beer? But some Mondays I don't want beer.
That's true.
I would rather have.
I mean, it rarely happens to me, but I understand when it happens to other people. So
a lot of people are like cheering you on.
I know, but I feel like I'm like, hey, everybody. I can see them saying or popping on. I'm so happy to see them or hear them or whatever. But
hey,
yay!
I couldn't find a hair elastic. I have a 6-year-old that steals all my hair elastics, and so I have like this itty bitty tiny clip that does nothing.
Nice.
Yeah, it's.
I did wash my hair today. Sorry.
It's okay. I did too. Yeah. So we're gonna call this show, quick and dirty, because that's what we have
We're both
time
moms.
for.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I did actually wash my hair today too because I had to go drop off the kiddos with my mom, so I had to leave the house, which is great. I have 3 nights, no kids.
Really? What are you gonna do?
Tonight I'm gonna carve out a pineapple and fill it with rum.
Good choice.
Tomorrow night we're actually going to there's a band that like is a jam band. I'm not into them, but Brian and I actually tried to like go to them while they were in town here in Portland,
Mm-hmm.
Maine, and it was our first night out together in a long time. So we both drank too much, and we had like
Yeah.
different times of the nights where we didn't know what was going on really. so so that was a bad experience for that band. So we're going down to Connecticut.
You're gonna retry, like a redo.
We're gonna do a redo, yeah, because Brian really wanted to watch them, and yeah, we failed. so
Yeah, sometimes that happens. That happens a lot to us that when we finally do go out, it's at least one of us just goes balls to the wall. Big mistake, like you just
yeah,
you
no,
can't,
you
but we
can't.
do.
Yeah. So we're gonna do that, but that also gives us the opportunity. So Treehouse is big up here in New England. They're in Massachusetts. They're a brewery that a lot of people are like, "Oh my goodness, it's the best." And I've never been because it's a 3-hour drive from my house, and then if you have kids with you, it's like then you have to
Right.
wait. It's one of those wait in line breweries, and then you have to drive the
Okay.
3 hours back. So that sounds like a horrible day for children.
It really does. And by the time they've been in the car for 3 hours, they're not going to want to hang at a brewery. Like you need for them, when you take your kids drinking, which I do, you need for them to
I would like
be
to get into this a little bit more in just a minute because there's been a Facebook discussion I've been part of, but you go and then we'll talk.
um, you need for them to be in a good mood because quite frankly, if they're not in a good mood, then you can't enjoy yourself. So you're
Yeah.
getting like a horrible view of my bedroom, which I apologize. Our situation is still sketchy here, so
We only really see like one closet. That's it.
yeah,
This is my office.
I like it.
If I was to turn you around, you just see a dark basement.
Cool.
Oh yeah, super fun. But yeah, so there has been this conversation that I hate when I get into conversations on Facebooks that are like controversial, but sometimes I just can't help myself.
Yeah.
So somebody said, what about taking kids to breweries, specifically like when both parents have drinks, and then they get in the car and drive their kids? And I'm like,
Right.
that's different. Yeah, but I feel like no matter if I'm driving my kids or if I'm driving myself, there are some limits that we need to think about.
Right, exactly. Like your kids being in a car shouldn't be what puts you over the edge and has you making better choices.
Right. Like you should just make better choices.
Right.
But then that kind of all snowballed into like kids in breweries. Is it an appropriate place for them? Now, some people brought up and mentioned like kids, like parents just sit there and they have a good time, and the people at the brewery are just end up being babysitters. Well, those people's they're jerks. Like,
Right. I mean, that parent is an idiot anywhere you go. I mean, that's
right,
not the case for all kids. If they're going to do
exactly.
that at the brewery, they're doing that at Target too. I mean, wherever they go, they're dumping their kids on other
Yeah,
people.
yeah. Speaking of Target, it's lovely to go with no kids. Oh, it's so good.
How is Target? I miss Target.
You in Target? Yeah, you're having like withdrawals.
Serious withdrawals from Target. Like, because I have to go to 4 or 5 different stores to get everything I need. I'm like, if you just had one Target, we'd be good
We'd
here.
be really good right now. Yeah,
Right.
that I went just before our meeting, and they were out of unicorn ice cream, which I'm trying to hunt
Hmm.
down, which is like trying to find an actual unicorn.
Is this the one I'm seeing online? It's kind of got the black, yeah,
Probably, I don't know. I
yeah,
just need it for a 4-year-old's
unicorn ice
birthday.
cream.
Yeah. But yeah, so the long and the short of the Facebook conversation was just that I was like, you just need a plan. My kids love
Right.
going to breweries. It's not boring for them because I have one basket in the back of Ursula, my giant minivan.
There?
Oh, aha, yeah, it just came back, and
Okay.
that never happens. I was
I
like,
didn't
oh, I'm
dump
gonna
you, I promise.
have to restart this. But yeah, so it's like that is their brewery basket. It's got like pipe cleaners, so they can like make crafts that are
Yes.
clean and neat, and coloring, and like little travel games.
Well, when we were back in Houston as well, the kids were very used to going to breweries. It's something that we enjoy doing. No one should be going crazy in a brewery to begin with. It's about the experience anyway.
Hmm.
And there are certain ones that I wouldn't take my kids to, but for the most part, it was all about having snacks or going places where they had food trucks. My kids are crazy about like live music, if there's outdoor space for them to run around in.
Yeah.
And then we've found the same thing here that most places are kid friendly. So, I mean, there comes a point in time like you're not going to have your kid there at 10 o'clock at night, but
No, exactly.
maybe, I don't know. I wouldn't, but you take games and you take snacks and
Yeah.
you take tablets.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're that kind of parent that lets your kids use electronics, you take tablets, but
Well, and I just think that it's all about just planning. Like, yeah, you have to be a
yeah,
smarter parent if you're gonna do that, and you don't want and I don't want other people's time to interfere with my time. Like,
no,
if you're being a stupid idiot without children, I don't want that to reflect onto me whether I have my kids with
right,
me or not. Like, I don't want to
yeah,
have to deal with your stuff. I'm going to make sure you don't have to deal with my stuff, whether that be
right.
my kids or if I happen to bring my dog. He's a jerk, so he doesn't go anywhere.
Well, we kind of feel the same way about Red, but we try to keep him happy and out and about.
Now,
So,
Red is your kid, for people that
yeah.
don't know.
And I'll be honest with you, like there's been times where we have been out and someone's been done. So you know what? We're done because no one else has to deal with that. And I think that's key. And you're right, that's for adults too. Like if someone's being a jerk, whether they're 5 or 50, they got to go. So,
Yeah. I mean, there's been weekends where like, all right, so this weekend we're gonna go out to Allagash and we're gonna like hit up some of the different food trucks and do all this stuff out there. It's gonna be great. You wake up and your kids are miserable and you're like, nope,
we're done.
we're
Yep.
not leaving the house. Yeah.
It's just not worth it.
No, it's not fun for me. Like, why would I want to do that? It's not gonna be fun for them. But I think if you plan appropriately, um,
Right.
that's what you got to do. Like, just everybody should be trying to be nicer to everyone, and regardless of age. And then also, just plan accordingly. Read the
Yeah.
situation.
That's a key. That's a key is plan.
Hmm.
That's how I've gotten this long without, leaving any of them behind somewhere on purpose or accident.
Accidentally on purpose. Yeah, I've done a pretty good job of keeping track of them. There's only two. I'm pretty sure I would lose one if there was more than that because I only have two hands. Everybody
Right.
hold on to mama's hands. Let's go. But yeah.
The key is to have that older one that like is mature enough that you don't think she's gonna walk away from you.
Mm.
So then you can hold the hands of the two people that you know are gonna run any chance they get.
You're like, you're holding on.
Right. Sister's good. She's up ahead. You can see her. She's fine. So,
Yeah.
but
My Yeah, I'm very excited about having a few days. The 6-year-old definitely. Somebody invited. They're like, "Oh, are you coming to our second anniversary party for a brewery?" And I was like, "They're like, oh yeah, it's a busy time of the year." I'm like, "No, we've got nothing going on." But
yeah, I just don't know if I can.
yeah, I have horrendous attitudes going on at my house right now, so probably not.
You don't want to take that out. Yeah.
No, nobody wants to see that. But
That's
they're
not how you want to
gone.
celebrate your second anniversary of the brewery is my kid losing it.
Exactly. And they actually, so a lot of brewery owners actually have kids, young kids as well, and that's why they try to make it family friendly.
Kid friendly,
And
right.
yeah, and that actually the owners of that brewery were like, we had to make the decision that our son wasn't going to be coming because he's going
He
through
was
a
being a
minute.
jerk.
Yeah.
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 Everyone has a minute.
Yeah, I have a minute. Like, normally it stems from somebody else's minute, but I'm like,
I have a minute like every 30 minutes. So I just need to, yeah.
yeah. This morning, I got in a fight about how many stuffed animals were gonna leave my house You know,
Mm, yeah.
we have a child that likes, if you give her one thing, she wants another thing and another and another and another.
Yeah.
So the
Give an
rule
inch, take a
is
mile. Yeah.
exactly. The rule is two stuffed animals per sleepover, and that's it. And I kicked her out of the entire top floor of the house after answering the question 5 times. Can I just
Like it's
bring?
not going to change.
Do not come up here again. Get out. Yeah,
Poor baby
friend.
girl. She just want to make sure she's covered.
I know, and I understand. She's very emotional and she feels all the feelings a lot.
Yes.
And I mean, I don't know where she's gotten that from at all. Like, I'm obviously not overly emotional.
It's clearly not you.
No, not me. What are you drinking? Let's change back to beer for a minute. What are you drinking?
I went with pretty basic Beck's today because that's a common one. You should know that. Most people do in the U.S. So,
Yeah,
but it's a German beer. It comes from Brennan, which is about an hour away from here. So,
nice.
yeah, it's pretty good.
What is the brewery situation like over there these days?
Um, it,
And for anybody that's jumped off, Cropper is in Germany,
yes, we're
right?
right. We're just north of Hamburg here. So, they're all over the place. There's quite a few. It's obviously a preferred beverage over here, so there's a pretty big focus on it. It's kind of funny because it really is. You know, when you go places, I've seen more consumption of beer here than anywhere else, but um, it's not a large consumption. So it's nothing to have a beer with your lunch or with your dinner, but you you're not seeing a bunch of staggering drunks or anything like that. I know that there are times of the year where it gets wild, but for the most part, they're very responsible drinkers. They're very quiet about it, but there are a ton. We haven't been to many. The weather is just now warming up. It's been extremely cold, which I know that you're used to, but it's been a long
Well,
time since I've
we're
been
not
north in
used
the
to how
winter.
cold it is here. Like right
It's
now, it's
super
supposed to be a
cold
lot
there.
warmer.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys usually are you're getting hit really hard with the cold weather, but and they had a pretty mild winter here, but at the same time, it was still much colder than we've seen in almost 10 years. So we didn't go out a lot. But we've been to a handful of them. They're really cool, and they you're more apt to find like a beer garden where they have multiple breweries coming into the same spot. So, which is really nice too. Which is pretty much is the same thing as going to a brewery there, where you just sit outside and drink and eat good food. So,
That's
because what
good.
better thing to do with
Um,
beer than have good food?
yeah, absolutely. Now, it, I feel like around the world, the
Hmm.
craze for the New England IPA is kind of starting to pop up. Do you have any
Yeah.
places over there that are serving a quote unquote New England IPA?
Not that I have seen so far. We recently made some friends. They haven't gotten tired of us yet. I'm sure it's coming that we'll do something and they won't be our friends anymore. But right now they still like us, and
That's
they're
good.
actually pretty big on beers too. So we spent an afternoon a weekend last weekend or the weekend before at Rat House, which is a beer garden brewery not far from the center of town, and they actually have a store on site. It's closed on Sundays because everything's closed on Sundays. But he was telling me that they have beers from all over the world, and there's a ton there from the U.S. too. So I'll keep an eye out for you and see
Yeah,
if there's
definitely.
anything
I'd love
there.
to know
But
what's
yeah,
like being
yeah.
sold there.
So,
Um,
but your average store, mostly they focus on the European beers.
yeah, that makes sense. Um, you know, I'm not sad about having some pilsners and lagers in my life right now.
Yeah.
I've been a little hopped out lately. There's a lot, and they're really good, but sometimes you're like, I just want a nice subtlety, like a little
Well, and the
subtle
thing about
biscuit
IPAs
in
is
my
they're not
mouth.
subtle in any way. They're not subtle in any way, shape, or form. They're extremely
Yeah,
strong. They're heavy as all get out. You can't,
most of them. Yeah.
right, you just can't drink them all the time. So, in my opinion, some people can. I can't. I enjoy them. But day to day, I
Yeah.
prefer like a wheat beer or a Pils or something like that. So,
I actually have some homework that was given to me by Matthew Gary, who I'm also doing
yes.
live stuff with. Where I'm learning about my Cicerone stuff. So my homework this week is to try some Czech and Bohemian Pilsners versus German and Bavarian style Pilsners. So I got to go on a hunt and find some
All of
different
those. Right.
types. Yeah, so I can
Hmm.
see the differences.
Test them all out. That would be very fun to do,
It's
actually.
homework. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going away for Friday night, and then Brian, my husband, wants to make sure that he is
Hmm.
back to watch the Bruins play at 8 o'clock. So that seems like an amazing time for me to be like, homework, I gotta go.
Yes,
Like,
it seems like a good time to do homework.
yeah, especially if he's drinking beer while he's watching
Yeah,
sports
that's a
puck.
pretty rough life you have there. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Anything else that we should talk about on this quick and dirty episode that's already up to 20 minutes?
I know. Well, we do seem to talk very easily, which I think is how we tend to, stay out way past our bedtime. So,
That's happened a time or two. Not nearly enough though.
no,
No, there was only
we
that
live
one
too far
time in
away. Yeah.
Orlando, and it was amazing.
Yes, it was. That poor guy. He probably quit that
So,
job.
oh, listen, I'm a very nice person.
He
Uh,
just wanted to glow a
anyways,
stick.
I just wanted to glow stick.
I know.
Um, anyways, we should probably
Yes.
call it a day for today, and you go finish your beer. I have a little bit more work to do before I can hollow out my pineapple.
Yes.
Um, and we'll meet the third Thursday,
Now you've made it really hard because it's like the third Thursday of the month. I have to
third
say it very slowly.
Thursday,
Yeah. Yes.
third Thursday of the month at
Yes.
12 o'clock Eastern, 6 p.m. Whatever. What is
Whatever
yours
it is
called?
here. It's Central European, I believe is what it's considered. Central
All
European.
right.
Yeah.
Have you already had
So,
dinner, or it's
perfect.
like dinner late there?
No, they eat dinner late here. However, there are certain parts of our lives that we are still very much white Americans and we eat like at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So,
Yeah. If it gets to like six
so yeah,
o'clock and we haven't had
the good
dinner,
thing is like at restaurants, yeah, the restaurants we don't ever have to wait because we're just there way before.
everybody's like, "Why are you here?" Like it's dinner time.
Right, because it's
No,
dinner time. 5 o'clock is a totally appropriate dinner time.
yeah. Like, listen, we're not even open for another 3 hours. Go away.
Right, exactly.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Copper, and we'll see you again next
Thank you for
month.
having me. All
Yeah,
right.
I look forward to this. I miss you, so I'm glad that
I
we
miss
have
you
a
too. Yeah.
standing date. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Perfect.
Everybody else that has been watching or will watch, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, probably just like keep them to yourself. I mean, you could ask, but
Well, if they're
we have
my
too much
friends, they already
momming to
know my
do.
opinion on everything. So, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if we've got much to add to any comments or conversations. We don't really like getting into conversations on
Right.
Facebook.
Right.
All right. Well, what is the German way to say cheers? Is it just cheers or
Prost. Prost.
Prost?
Prost.
Prost to you.
Prost. Yes. Yes.
Bye.
All right. Bye.